helping you to change your mindset. It's teaching you how not to just give up on yourself. It's to believe in yourself, to be motivated. Helping you to have confidence in yourself in spite of the big cloud that's hanging over you. Not sitting down in the house, not watching love and hip hop shows, not sitting there waiting for the next reality show to come on.
Transforming your laziness and your fatigue and saying I can't and I will not.
To me, it was a great sort of tip to take along for your day and the rest of your life.
Transforming impossible to possible.
Some of my goals was like my house in 5 years, making sure my daughter graduates from out of high school, go straight to college because she want to be a robotic engineer. Make sure that I can help pay for that.
To become my own boss, to be a public speaker.
I want to be moved out this area in less than 2 years, you know.
You want to put down things that you are and are capable and are willing to do.
And we would have to get up there like it was the opening of our center. And we would have to talk like how we all started, and you know, like how does it feel to finally open your center? Because mine was like a youth center. How did it finally feel to open up a youth center? There were certain steps that I didn't realize I needed to take. There was a portion where we had to write where we are, and then the steps, you know, like project where we wanted to see ourselves in the future. And then we had to do the opposite.
That's how you make your vision board. That's how you start the vision board.
I eventually want to have a program where I train other adults to go out and train, whether it's me training classroom teachers, training supervisors or managers. And so just learning the particular type of certifications that would help with that. It's like TIP program helped us to see ourselves where we actually wanted to be. And a lot of, that's all I honestly needed, to see myself where I wanted to be. It was like, I want to be making this amount of money in less than a year, and which I am now because I tip. And what I am now is a supervisor at my job. I have a car that I just gave back because it was too much, and I got approved for it because of my job. And all because of tip, I forced myself to become a supervisor, to be the best person I can ever be.
Before you goal set, you have to find out what are your barriers. My first goal being my own boss, my vision board started off with fixing my credit. In order for you to gradually do things in your life without having so many obstacles, you have to find the source that's stopping you. And what's stopping me is my credit.
You know, I used to hinge my success on how successful I was able to make other people be. I have students to this day who have gone off and had kids, and they hit me up on Facebook like, oh, Miss Tyler, thank you, I got this new job. And so when I didn't get that, I took it personally. I
always felt as if my voice wasn't being heard. Like, it's loud, it's bold, but it just wasn't being heard. And that was one of my barriers. Not speaking up when I have already spoken up.
My barriers was mental, mostly mental. My self-motivation was lacking. One day I wake up, I'm normal. The next day I wake up, I can't get out of bed. I was coming out of a domestic violence situation. I was coming out of, my boyfriend had just died. I couldn't work. I couldn't go to school. I couldn't do anything because I felt every time I started something new, I would get sick, and it was like I would have to start all over again. It was just like that sadness overwhelmed me, and it was like, let me just go home, wait till the reality show up. So my main thing would be commitment. I used to have this thing where I don't want to commit myself to something, and then a couple of months down the line, I can't do it anymore. But it looks like getting through that, it's a lot of tears, it's a lot of happy days, it's more sad than anything. Your doctor would think you're depressed when you know you're not. It's like, you gotta talk to everybody when you don't want to. We were confronting those very things that we were afraid of. Like, a lot of our sessions became like therapy sessions. But when I went to that TIP class, I became more open to tell people the reason why I had those blockages. Oh wow, the forgiveness letter. I think I wrote on my forgiveness letter, to be continued.
The forgiveness part.
The thing was about that letter, I didn't have to write it. I wasn't ready to forgive. I was not ready to forgive when there was the forgiveness letter. I already forgave myself for so much. And if I keep telling myself that I'm the fault for it, that means I never really forgave myself. So my forgiveness letter turned into an anger letter.
It took a lot out of me. From 16 to 21, that's a lot of years to finally realize that you deserve more.
I was not the fault for my fiance passing away. I was not the fault for me going through domestic violence either. It was like I had to forgive them. My forgiveness letter wasn't for myself. It was for them. I forgive them for me going through domestic violence. I forgive them for not being raised right. I forgive them for not having the right training like I had. You know what I'm saying? So I went through that situation. Writing that letter was a struggle. One thing I try to do, I try to be honest with myself. And I was like, no, I'm not just gonna write this forgiveness letter because I'm in this class and I know we're supposed to forgive. So I started writing. I remember the letter to this day, and it was like I was writing like how it hurt me and what such and such did, and that's all I could write in that letter. I couldn't. So I never really wrote it. And it broke me down while I cried in class. They remember that. So the forgiveness letter to me wasn't a forgiveness letter. It was showing me that I still haven't forgiven. It just felt like a nonchalant feeling, like, you know, you gotta get over it. That's all. That was it. And I still tear from it. Because I went through a lot. And I grew up. Because of that class. That it was so many people open to talk to me. And we sitting at home looking at the TV. I didn't have nobody to talk to. And going to the class really opened me back up from being so sad. That was it. And I really do appreciate this class. Little do anybody know. And writing that letter wasn't a barrier. It was just like, I don't forgive them. I just can't forget what they have done. You know? And all I could do was just grow up and tip for the rest of my life.
So with the support part, 3 days. It took me 3 days to actually say, you know what, I'm going to forgive these people at heart and mind for not supporting me.
It made me realize a lot of things that I had been holding against myself that I hadn't realized. And how much you haven't healed. That's what that forgiveness letter did too. It showed me how much I really didn't allow myself to heal from that situation. I would look at their lack of success or progression as a personal thing. Like, you know, maybe it was something that I did or couldn't. It's like, no, it's not me. You have to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to have been put in that situation. The only wrong that person ever did to me in my life was molested me. And I've learned throughout my life that a lot of the relationships that I was in was because of that situation. It was okay to hurt me because you showed me love. But in that situation, I learned in breaking down, even in that forgiveness letter, and breaking down that situation, like, man, this person never did wrong to me, never did let anybody do anything to me. So then that created that mental. That created that, okay, you're showing me love. You may be doing this, but I ain't got to worry about this. I ain't got to worry about that. But it's still that pain there. It's still hurt there. So love can be damaging and love can be healing. But it's your choice. So it's definitely, that forgiveness letter is like... What self-motivates you? I think that was one of them.
A hope action for me is to get the principal certification that I need in order to be a principal.
Myself, my kids, you know, they like, man, there's more to it than that.
Not a day goes by where I say to myself, I don't want to be 40, 50 years old with nothing but 4 beautiful kids.
And I'm like, you're right. I want a house in 5 years. I want, a lot of things, and I can't do that sitting at home.
being a principal and the owner or founder of a school, I definitely want to be able to do that because I want to be able to influence the curriculum.
So then Felicia was like, she pushed me even farther. She was like, so what are you doing to tip?
Drink my water, I pray, kiss my kids on the forehead, and I move. I go.
My self-motivation is turning the impossible to possible. My self-motivation is believing in myself. It's my children, it's what I'm putting my goals, what I'm setting for in life.
I am destined to be great, and I plan on being great.
And I had to put it in a plan, and tipping is the first plan that I took to make sure that the achievement can be possible.
And I thank Tip for that, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know my full potential.
This wise man, an older man, he told me, he said, I'm going to tell you one thing. He said, you don't become a part of your environment, but you overcome your environment.
I just happened to have the same teacher from 6th through 8th grade. She kind of took me under her wing, and then when I went to high school, I would go back and help her grade papers and things. She lived in the hood. She lived literally on 87th and Morgan. But you walked in her house and you thought you were in a mansion. Like, whoa, everything was white and gold. She was like, I live in the hood. Like, it's okay. Like, we can have this here too. Oh my God. Having that example and being given that permission, like, it's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to succeed. It's okay to go after what you want.
Our environment tells us that, okay, we stay in Altgeld Garden or we stay in the Inglewood area, all they do is fight, sell drugs, and do drugs. That's all they do.
We're in survival mode in those neighborhoods. They're not living.
So becoming a part of your environment would be to do exactly what they're saying you're supposed to do. But overcoming your environment is exceeding what they said you can do.
It's okay to live. It's okay to want to live, and then it's okay to do it.
And they have a stipulation on project people where project people act a certain type of way. Like whoever said that. There's so many doctors, lawyers, school teachers, motivational speakers, basketball players. And then when they say, where you from? Oh, I'm from Altgeld Gardens. The Gardens? Yes, there's greatness in Altgeld Gardens.
You know, you're gonna have those haters, you're gonna have those naysayers.
Those people saying, oh, they don't have nothing for y'all out here. Don't do that, it ain't gonna go nowhere.
They come with the territory. They do.
And if your mental state were stuck in, because I live out here, I'll never have nothing, I'll never be nothing, I'll never be able to do anything, that's becoming a part of your environment. Your environment says that you're supposed to be shut down and entrapped by your environment. But overcoming your environment tells you that you can become anything that you want to become in spite of what's going on around you.
Because you only grow when you become uncomfortable. And flowers only become beautiful when they grow away from the dirt. So use it, you know, and let it help you grow.